All right, welcome to the deep dive. We're all about taking these complex topics and really boiling them down to their core insights, giving you that shortcut to being well-informed without getting bogged down. I think our listeners are here because they're craving that aha moment, and that's what we aim to deliver.
Absolutely. It's about that satisfying feeling of truly understanding something.
Right. So today, we're diving deep into the incredible story of Tyler Perry, based on a really comprehensive look at his life, his work, the whole journey. And our goal here is to uncover those fundamental principles that fueled his success and hopefully extract some lessons that anyone with a vision can apply to their own life.
I think what's so captivating about Perry's story is how it exemplifies the power of resilience and frankly just sheer determination. You go from living out of your car to building a whole media empire. That's not just luck.
It really isn't. It's remarkable. And his early years, man, growing up in New Orleans, marked by poverty and abuse, those weren't just hurdles he had to overcome. They actually seem to have shaped the very core of his drive and work ethic. Even back then, storytelling was his outlet. It was a way to process his experiences and, honestly, the spark that ignited everything that followed.
It's fascinating how those early adversities didn't just become obstacles for him to overcome. They seem to actively cultivate this incredible inner strength. It's not just about enduring hardship, it's about how he channeled that experience. It almost feels like those early struggles became this wellspring of motivation that never really ran dry.
Yeah, and that drive funneled directly into those early theater productions. But let's be real, they weren't instant successes, were they? He faced some pretty significant financial setbacks right out of the gate.
He did.
But here's the key takeaway. He didn't let those empty seats or financial losses define him as a failure. He reframed those experiences as essential learning curves. He used them to hone his craft, to better understand who his audience was.
It's so true. Instead of being crushed by those initial disappointments, he kind of extracted these valuable insights that actually informed his future approach. Think about his very first play, I Know I've Been Changed. The themes of forgiveness, healing, those clearly mirrored his own personal journey at the time. And the interesting thing is, even though the initial responses weren't exactly what he'd hoped for, his belief in that message, in the potential of his stories to make a difference, it never wavered. It's really a testament to the power of self-belief.
And it's that unwavering belief that led him to create, the phenomenon that is Medea. Now, she wasn't just another character, she was a cultural touchstone.
Right.
That blend of humor, her down-to-earth wisdom, and let's be honest, that no-nonsense attitude really resonated with people. It connected on a deep level and ultimately propelled Perry's career to a whole new stratosphere.
Yeah, and Medea, she was more than just a funny character. She really embodied so much of Perry's signature storytelling style, that deep connection with his intended audience. And the success of Medea wasn't just a fleeting thing, it was a launch pad. It opened up so many doors for him, films, TV series, books. It really became the catalyst for this incredible expansion of his creative endeavors.
And speaking of catalyst, we can't overlook the role that faith and hope played in all of this. It's clear from everything we've learned about him that this wasn't just a passive belief, it was a driving force.
It absolutely was. For Perry, faith provided this incredible source of courage. It gave him a vision of a better future, something to hold on to during those really challenging times. And it wasn't just about finding comfort, it was about transforming those struggles into stories of empowerment.
Right, and that vision of hope wasn't some abstract idea. It was a tangible goal that he pursued with this incredible determination. Imagine facing homelessness, financial instability, and on top of that, skepticism from people around him. His faith provided the bedrock. He genuinely believed in the power of his narrative to connect, to offer comfort, even to spark positive change. He'd experienced healing through faith and storytelling himself, and that conviction just permeated everything he did.
And that deep faith wasn't just a personal thing, it profoundly shaped his creative work. Those recurring themes of forgiveness, redemption, they all stem from his core belief system. And I think that authenticity is a big part of why he resonated so deeply with his audience. They sensed that sincerity, that genuine desire to offer hope and healing.
And that influence didn't stop at his creative work. That same faith and vision extended into his leadership style and his commitment to philanthropy. He clearly felt this responsibility to use his success to uplift others. You see it in his mentoring of emerging talent, his support for various causes, his focus on creating opportunities for voices that have been historically marginalized.
It's like a ripple effect. He understood that his success wasn't just about him, it was about using his platform to create positive change and empower others. And this brings up an interesting point. How do you translate personal beliefs and visions into tangible actions that benefit others? Perry's journey really offers a blueprint for that. It's not just about donating money, it's about being actively involved, creating opportunities, fostering a sense of community.
And that segues perfectly into the sheer power of persistence that's so evident in his story. We talked about those early difficulties in theater, but it's worth emphasizing just how crucial that unwavering perseverance was to his eventual success.
It really is. Think about those early years, constant rejection, financial strain, most people would have given up. But for Perry, it was like fuel. It pushed him to work harder, to refine his craft, and ultimately to break through.
And it wasn't just about blindly pushing forward. Remember, he was learning from those setbacks. Each empty theater, each financial loss, provided him with valuable insights. He was constantly refining his craft, understanding his audience better. He didn't see those failures as reasons to quit. He saw them as challenges to overcome.
And what's so compelling is that his persistence wasn't solely driven by personal ambition. There was this deeper sense of purpose. He truly believed in the positive impact his work could have. And that conviction, that underlying knowledge that he had something valuable to offer, that's what fueled his resilience.
Exactly. And his journey serves as a powerful reminder for all of us. Setbacks are part of the process when you're striving for something meaningful. But Perry's story shows us that those setbacks don't have to be the end. They can be crucial stepping stones on the path to success.
Absolutely. And this naturally brings us to the creation of Tyler Perry Studios. This wasn't just another production company popping up, it was a game changer for Hollywood.
It really was. It represented so much more than just a physical space for making movies and TV shows. It was a statement about inclusivity, about empowerment. By building his own studio, he created opportunities for Black actors, writers, directors, people who had historically faced systemic barriers in the industry. Things like access to major distribution deals, consistent representation, those were huge hurdles, and Perry Studio addressed that head on.
And from a leadership perspective, his vision for the studio was truly groundbreaking. He wasn't just creating content, he was building an ecosystem designed to nurture talent, to provide a platform for stories that had often been overlooked. It was a direct response to the inequalities within Hollywood, a commitment to leveling the playing field.
And let's not forget the boldness of independently financing that studio. That self-reliance gave him complete creative control and ensured that the studio's direction stayed true to his mission. It was a huge risk, a challenge to the established Hollywood system, and it really speaks to his entrepreneurial spirit.
And the culture he cultivated within the studio is worth noting. He emphasized community, collaboration. He created an environment where people felt valued and supported, where there was a shared sense of purpose. That focus on positive relationships, on inclusivity, that's a huge part of his leadership success.
And beyond the studio, his commitment to philanthropy is really inspiring. It's clear that his own experiences with hardship fueled his desire to give back in a meaningful way.
Yeah, and what's striking about his philanthropy is the range of causes he supports. Disaster relief, education, homelessness. He's tackling some really complex issues. It's clear that he has a deep empathy for people struggling based on his own life experiences.
And it's not just about writing checks. The sources paint a picture of a very hands-on, empathetic approach to giving. He's not just providing financial support, he's actively involved in finding solutions, addressing root causes, building homes for those displaced by disasters, funding scholarships for students from disadvantaged backgrounds. These are just a few examples of that very direct, impactful approach to giving.
And his responsiveness in times of crisis is amazing. When natural disasters hit, when communities face urgent needs, he's often one of the first to step up and provide substantial support. That willingness to act quickly and compassionately says a lot about his character.
And by using his platform to shine a light on these critical social issues, he's amplifying his impact even further. He's not just making individual contributions, he's inspiring a movement, encouraging his audience to get involved and create change. It's maximizing his influence for good.
Absolutely. And stepping back to consider Tyler Perry's entire journey, some really powerful life lessons emerge. Lessons that are relevant to anyone striving for success, regardless of their field.
Right. We see the importance of resilience, not just bouncing back from setbacks, but growing from them. His journey from homelessness to building an empire is a testament to that.
Then there's the profound influence of faith, which, as we discussed, gave him hope and guided him through countless challenges. It shows the impact of a strong belief system, something to lean on during tough times.
And of course, there's the unwavering perseverance. His career is a masterclass in not giving up and staying committed to your vision even when faced with constant obstacles. It's incredibly inspiring.
And something that stands out is his ability to stay true to his creative vision. Even when there were doubts or pressures to conform, he stuck to his guns. That internal compass was essential to his success.
And even with all his success, the sources highlight his humility, his commitment to learning and growth. That openness to constantly evolving is likely a big reason why he's been able to connect with such a broad audience.
And finally, his dedication to philanthropy is a reminder that true leadership involves giving back. It's about using your success to positively impact the lives of others.
It's been an incredible journey exploring Tyler Perry's story today. And I think it really speaks to our listeners' desire for deep understanding, for those aha moments. His journey is filled with valuable lessons that we can all apply to our own lives.
What's really thought-provoking is this. How can we take those core principles, the faith, the perseverance, the commitment to a vision bigger than ourselves, and apply them to our own aspirations and challenges?
That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah.
How can we use those principles to transform our own hardships into fuel for achieving great things, for making a positive impact on the world around us? It's something worth reflecting on.
Absolutely. Something to carry with you.